Good day, everyone. Today, we will be discussing a very important topic that affects us all, which is all about the unemployment rate in the Philippines.
As we navigate through this challenging problem, it's crucial to understand the economic issue and its impact to the lives of millions of Filipinos.
We will discuss some factors that causes this issue as well as potential solutions and the steps we can take as individuals and as a society to help mitigate this problem.
The Philippines' unemployment rate eases to another record low of 3.1% in December 2023. The Philippine Statistics Authority says there were 1.6 million jobless people in December 2023, down from 1.83 million in November. This puts the jobless rate to 3.1%, the lowest since 2005. It beats the previous record low unemployment rate of 3.6% recorded in November. National Economic and Development Authority Secretary Arsenio Balisacan says the news of a record low unemployment rate signifies the economy's sustained momentum and resiliency of our labor market.
Unemployment is among the major problems not only in less developed and developing countries, but in developed countries as well. Unemployment is a condition of having no job or being out of work, or a proportion of people which are able to work and actively searching jobs, but they are unable to find it. The impact of unemployment cannot be overemphasized enough. It spells out the excess of poverty and household will have to sustain. Alongside this relationship, unemployment generally decreases the household income that fuels most of their equally important living expenditures like utilities, education, and medicine. Hence, unemployment has received much attention among economic analysts, governments, and scholars in pursuit of better understanding such as occurrence and henceforth be better to able to harness the forces that feeds it. So this discussion is a contribution to the growing literature and aimed at understanding the relationship between unemployment, inflation, and economic growth rate in the Philippines. Some factors to consider in determining unemployment is the inflation rate. An increase in the overall price level leads to higher unemployment because higher inflation is linked with more volatility and uncertainty in the overall prices. This uncertainty leads economic efficiency to decline as contracting arrangements must adjust. More recent study shows that there is a fair trade-off between low levels of inflation and unemployment. According to the Macroeconomics of Low Inflation by George Akerlof, William Dickens, and George Perry, when inflation is reduced to 0% from 2%, unemployment will permanently increase by 1%. The reason is that employees in general will have a higher leniency for real wage cuts than nominal ones. An employee will more likely acknowledge a wage increase of 2% when inflation is 3% than a wage cut of 1% when the inflation rate is 0%. The government highly invested in education but focused less on the availability of jobs for the future graduates. This causes an oversupply of potential laborers. This would not only result in more unemployment but underemployment as well.
Here are the 3 policies that we've made to lessen the unemployment rate in the Philippines. Firstly is the infrastructure development stimulus. Implement a comprehensive infrastructure development plan that focuses on both urban and rural areas. This will create a significant number of jobs in the construction sector and stimulate economic activity. Investment in the transportation, energy, water, and digital infrastructure will not only generate immediate employment opportunities but also attract private sector investments and spur economic growth. Secondly, skills development and training programs. Establish comprehensive skills development and training programs that target both the unemployed and underemployed individuals. collaborate with industries to identify the specific skills needed in the job market, and design training programs to address those needs. This will help bridge the skills gap, enhance employability, and increase the supply and qualified workers. Third and lastly, support for small and medium-sized enterprises. Implement policies and initiatives that provide support to this policy as they are significant contributors to job creation. This can include access to financing, business development services, and streamlined regulatory processes. By applying this policy, they can expand their operations, increase production, and hire more employees, thereby help to contribute both demand and supply in the economy.
Therefore, we present our recommendation, which ties the jobs and the people together. This solution involves reforms in the education system such that future batches of students will come into the workforce with the necessary skills immediately. This reduces the need for retraining of workers and hence would ease the burden which the gestation period of retraining may cause. Through this multi-pronged approach, we believe that unemployment in the Philippines can be reduced substantially and that the country will finally be able to achieve rapid and sustainable growth. However, we would like to caution that unemployment is something that is impossible to eradicate completely because there may be some instances where workers are unwilling to change and improve themselves. We would also like to caution if the recommendation are applied in isolation, they would be ineffective in tackling the problem. In conclusion, the unemployment situation in Philippines is bleak at the moment. It can be improved if the government is willing to take firm and decisive action immediately.